The wire connecting music lovers around the world. You're listening to Aux. Giving you a dose of R&B with the click of the play button. I'm your host, Deluxe Dave. Just connecting your cord to Aux. Happy holidays, all of my music lovers out there. It is me, Deluxe Dave, here with a fresh new episode of Aux. If you are tuned into Aux for the very first time, you are listening to an R&B podcast for music lovers just like you, who like to talk about music from past to present. And then I like to hear your responses on what you thought about the music that I've talked about from that week. Remember, you can only hear shows just like this on the CWF network, where we bring you big content in small pieces. And if you are tuning in for the very first time, remember, there are all of these old episodes that you can listen to. This is like my 41st episode, so there are like 40 more episodes before this that you can go and listen to get all of your Aux fix. Get it all in. Go ahead. Listen to some of those old episodes. We got them up there for you on the CWF Network site on all streaming platforms. Well, I did start this out by saying happy holidays because I feel like we are able to finally say happy holidays. We are past that Thanksgiving mark. We are far beyond the Thanksgiving portion now. So we're going into like that shopping time. I'm not going to really do that much shopping, but I do have some great shows lined up for you for the month of December. And I will get into all the holiday music and stuff like that maybe next week. So make sure you tune in. But this week's episode, I wanted to have just a little bit of fun because I have not done a list episode in a very long time, or nevertheless, a like countdown quite like this before. Today, I am going to be breaking down my top 10 Black television sitcom theme songs. Like, I'm going to give you my top 10. I'm going to run them down, and I'm going to give you a reason behind why I've chosen each one. Now, why I chose to do this today, because I have this infatuation with television. I have had an infatuation with television since I was young. I basically grew up with a television. I used to have a little black and white TV inside my room. Yes, I said black and white TV. It was one of those little ones with the knobs, you know, that you had to like turn, and it was small. And yes, I had a black and white TV in my room that I intook all of the TV that I possibly could. That was like my safe place. I used to just close my door, watch TV, or record like I'm doing right now. So I guess I'm still like functioning in what I love to do. So yeah, I used to do that. That would consume all of my time. And I love TV shows. I used to take my tape recorder out and record television shows on a cassette tape. So I would play those cassette tapes back like when I go to sleep. That would be like my go to sleep type thing. So that's why if like I put in old sitcoms today, I can still quote a lot of the sitcoms backwards and forwards. And people are just so amazed that I can do that. It's because it's like inserted into my brain. So I know all the like little innuendos. I pretty much know when people laugh on the episode. So I guess that's what makes me like I can go and like act scenes out or do things like that, is because I've watched so much television. So I thought it would be good today to mix together the two things that I really do love. I love music. I like three things. I like music, theater, and television, but it's all within the arts and entertainment realm. But I wanted to mix music and television together today, which I don't think I've done before. And I wanted to give you what I believe. This is me. This is my opinion. Like I said, you can always give me your opinion. You know, all you need to do is make sure you call in, or you like leave a little message on the CWF Network's site. You can let us know what your top 10 were, but this is my top 10 of what I thought the television show, like black sitcoms that had like the best theme music. Now, I may have missed some, but I'm gonna give this to you. So let's start from the top. My 10th, I'm going from not worst, but I'm gonna say like from 10 to 1. So I'm gonna start with the episode of Girlfriends. Now, y'all gotta check me on this because I'm gonna try to make sure I don't sing each theme song for you, because I love these theme songs. And Girlfriends is one of my favorite theme songs. It's so short, so sweet, but it has that type of innuendo that just draws you in. And I think it fit perfectly for the show. Like, it wasn't too long, it wasn't too short. I think when Girlfriends, the theme song for Girlfriends came out, people were starting to stray away from theme music on shows. We just used to start seeing like the cast name roll off from the very beginning of the show. And a lot of people took away theme music because they thought it was a waste of time. I, for one, have never thought that theme music was a waste of time. I think that it's a great filler. It gets you in the mood. It gets you ready for the whole episode in the show. So I've never thought it was. So Girlfriends was perfect for my 10th entry on my list. Number 9, we're gonna go to Sister Sister. Yeah, I'm starting out strong. Yeah, even though y'all love Sister Sister, it is the 9th on my list. So that tells you that my list is gonna get better and better. Sister Sister, I used to think Jack A. Harry, I still don't know if Jack A. Harry sang the first Sister Sister theme song. Now, there are always different renditions of theme songs, and I love when a show can switch up the theme music like 3 seasons in or something like that. And Sister Sister was one of those that did that. Girlfriends never really changed, but Sister Sister did. So it started out with the real upbeat. See, I'm singing. God, I always do it. So Sister Sister, it was like that little screechy voice that sounded like Jack A was singing it, but maybe it wasn't. But I actually prefer the second version of the theme song that was a little bit slower and had a little bit of like pace to it. Sister, sister, I got my own mind. That one. And that, I mean, it was my favorite because it was so laid back and it was so different than the original Sister Sister theme song. So I did enjoy the second better than the first. So that was my 9th entry. Number 8 is an episode which a lot of people don't consider like a black show, which I don't understand because it was an all black cast, which was Family Matters. That is my 8th entry. It's because the reason I picked this over like Sister Sister and Girlfriends is because I can remember this was around the time that Full House came out and they were trying to get a black version of Full House, which Family Matters really turned into a whole different dynamic. And Family Matters also lasted longer than Full House, which was for 9 seasons. Full House only lasted for, I think, 8 seasons. And Family Matters outdid them. But I loved the Family Matters theme song because it still stayed true to that type of, and Full House is one of my favorite shows. It stayed true to that Full House type theme, and it had the same type of singing. And I think it might have, I don't know if it was sung by the same person, but I don't know. But Family Matters was always great. And it's such a long theme song. So if you've ever heard the real long version of Family Matters theme song, it's very long, and I love to see when people like redo renditions of Family Matters and they put their own twist on it and stuff like that. That's something that I love to see on the internet. So it's a song that everybody knows. I'm not sure if everybody knows all the words to the Family Matters theme song, but because it has so many lyrics, which a lot of them don't. Like Sister Sister and Girlfriends, simple lyrics. My girlfriend, sister, sister. It's just two or 3 words. Family Matters was a whole song. Like that could have been on an album. But I love that. That is why that is my 8th entry. Now, for my 7th entry, which I always love the number 7. 11 is my favorite number, but 7. Good Times, The Jeffersons, and Amen. Now, you're asking, like, was I slick by putting all of them together? I'm going to explain to you why I've placed them all together in one group as number 7. Good Times, The Jeffersons, and Amen all give me the same type of aesthetic for their music. Like, it is Good Times, it sounds like a choir singing. The Jeffersons, moving on up, you feel like you're in church. Amen, definitely in church, and you got a choir singing. So I just put it all together because those were like the songs of the 70s, and I think Amen was in the 80s, but it gave me that church feel. So I put those all together because number 7 is going to be my church feel songs or black theme songs. Good Times, The Jeffersons, and Amen all stayed within that realm. And each one of them I love. I wasn't even born when Good Times came out or The Jeffersons. Now, Amen, I was born, but Good Times and The Jeffersons is something that I look at and I still know those theme songs from back to front. And Amen too. All of those are theme songs which really give like the black richness, and it kind of goes back to more of our heritage. And that's kind of what I love the most about those old songs, because they had to be extra, extra black back then, because it was like we were pushing for change. We wanted to see black faces on TV. We wanted to see different things. So I feel like it had to be extra black. So that's why that music sounded like, it wasn't like a Family Matters theme song. it was extra black. So that is my number 7 choice. Now, number 6 is a show that I forgot about the theme song. I believe that Tone and Shanice actually sang on this theme song. It was the one-on-one theme song. And the reason that this theme song meant so much to me is because I forgot what it was until Netflix placed one-on-one back on, TV. So I was so happy when Netflix started announcing like all of these different shows, black shows that I grew up on that were going to be coming to the streaming platform. So one-on-one, that theme song, and you always know it's a good theme song if every time you look at the show, you don't skip the intro on Netflix. You just let it play. And I've done that with one-on-one, with a few others that I'm getting ready to name further down my list. But one-on-one is definitely one of those that I do not skip the intro. I listen to that song every time. That piano, just the whole mix of that song is insane. Like if I could have, like I remember back in the day, I used to go to the library. I used to pick up like these television greatest hits CDs from the library when you could rent it out. And I used to listen to all the theme songs from back in the day, like the oldies from the 50s, 60s, 70s, all of that were on there. But I would love if they came out with a brand new, like television's greatest hits for just black sitcoms, because that would be, are there enough to go around? I believe there are if we pull them out, and we could just have a whole CD of that, because I would definitely purchase it, because black sitcom theme songs are just, it even better than the show sometimes is listening to that first song that comes on. So that is why I've chosen one-on-one. I'm not going to go into a tangent, but you see how much I love television. Anyways, Moesha is my 5th entry. Now, the reason I'm giving Moesha should be further up on the list, but there are so many other ones that are like more nostalgic that I had to give it to. But Moesha is my 5th entry. Now, Moesha changed her theme song over like 4 times within the 6-season stretch of the show. Now, my favorite seasons of the Moesha theme song are seasons 2 and 3. That's the one that I think that's the only theme song that lasted 2 seasons. No, there might have been 3 or 2 that lasted more than 1 season. That Moesha theme song, I want to get up and like do a rendition of it every time I see it. And Brandy upped the level on every time she did that Moesha song. She upped the level, like from the dancing, the choreography, from the look of it. It just got better and better. You could hear her voice change every season. And that's what I love the most about the Moesha theme song, is that you get to see the growth of Brandy through each of those seasons when she was singing that song. And that is why that's my 5th choice. The show Moesha is great. I'm not going to break down television shows for you, but just know that Moesha is such a great show. It broke so many barriers and it has so much great stuff in there, and the theme song is worthy, and I listened to that every time it came on Netflix. I did not skip it one time when I binged the 6 seasons of Moesha. Not once. My 4th entry is going to be the wonderful, the fabulous, and I will always say this no matter what, The Cosby Show. Now, my Cosby Show favorite seasons of the theme song, because that's another one that changed season after season after season, is the season 6 and 7 theme song. That is the only season on The Cosby Show that kept the same theme song for 2 seasons. So 6 and 7 were my absolute favorite. It was the one where it has the Apollo Theater background, and he's like, this is the best elevator music I ever heard. That one. So that is like my favorite Cosby Show, although all the theme songs were good. And season 5 is a good runner-up because that was the one that was like the Debbie Allen choreographed kind of orchestra that was playing. That's like my 2nd favorite. But 6 and 7 are my absolute favorite, along with the final season too, because that was wonderful also. That had like the hip-hop type beat to it. Cosby Show altogether had beautiful theme music every single time, and I love the way Bill Cosby always incorporated so much rich black music within his show. And just the show in general is always going to be a legacy that can never be erased, that can never be tarnished, because that show helped so many people, and it helped to see black people in a different light. It wasn't like the Good Times. It wasn't like the Jeffersons. It wasn't like all of these what's happening and where we're struggling. It was so great to see that. And I will always give the Cosby Show props. You'll never see me take away from it, because it will always leave its mark. My 3rd on the list is the theme song, We're the Parkers, Dang Mama. That one. The Parkers, yes. Now, that is another theme song that I can't even put it any further up on the list because there's two more that are more nostalgic. But number 3 is going to be the Parkers because everybody knows that I've never done one, but everybody has done their own rendition to the Parkers theme song, like imitating it and making fun of it, which I always enjoy when people do that with the Parkers theme song. It's so catchy. And Countess Vaughn did her thing with that theme song, singing on the Parkers theme song. If you've ever gone on YouTube and just looked through Countess Vaughn, you can actually see where she like sings it on like talk shows and different things like that. So the Parkers theme song is, I wish they could just put all of these black songs on a soundtrack. I'm giving ideas out, but hey, somebody get that stuff together, get the rights to that and come out with a whole, I bet you that thing would sell like that. I'm telling you right now. So I'm giving y'all hints. Just know that I said it first. If I at least give me a little like a 2 cents for every copy or something like that, or a penny, something, you know, because I've given you the idea. So go ahead, run with it. Number 2 on my list is the Martin theme song. There are not really even any words to the Martin theme song like the lengthy Family Matters song or like songs that have a whole bunch of lyrics to them. It's just saying Martin, da 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 da, Martin, da da da. But it is the catchiest. Like every time it comes on, you look at your screen and you're like staring at it because it's like this Martin theme song is off the chain. Like it's the most hype song that I have ever heard on a theme song. So I had to put that at number 2. And I think they changed it a couple times also, but it is just the most hype song. Like you could just dance to it. It has that 90s feel to it. And that's the thing that I love about 90s sitcoms, that they did not back down off of that theme song music. They always kept a fresh, wonderful beat on the theme music. And I will always love 90s shows for that. You know, they did not let it die out. Now the 2000s let me down because y'all didn't have the best of the best, but y'all let me down. My number 1 on the list, and I wasn't about to leave it off, is Living Single. That is my number 1, y'all. Let me tell you why I put Living Single as my number 1. It just incorporates every single thing that I've talked about. It's so smooth. It's so fresh. It's so 90s. It's so great. It's just a great theme song. Every time I listen to it, I want to get up and dance. And I wish I knew how to dance like that black girl, the silhouette of the black woman in the background of Living Single. Trust me, I've tried to do that dance many times. It just doesn't look right with my lanky arms trying to do that dance. But the Living Single song, it just puts me in such a good space. Like it's so laid back. It's not too hard. Like, you know, the Martin theme song. It's just the essence of all of these shows that I've talked about before. And I think that they did a wonderful job with the Living Single theme song. That's why I had to put it at my number 1 spot. So those are my top 10. What does your list look like? I would love to know what your top 10 list looks like. Let me know. Seriously, you guys, reach out to the CWF Network on Instagram at CWFP_ and write your top 10 list on there. Or follow me, Deluxe Dave, on Instagram at DELUXEDAVE and also on Twitter at Deluxe Dave also. And let me know what your top 10 black TV sitcom theme songs are. What is your list from 10 to 1? Tell me if I could have done a better job. Tell me if you liked all the things that I put in here or you would have put them in a different order. I would really love to know that. You can always call or text the CWF Network hotline at 347-719-3350. You guys see how much I enjoyed this episode because I love talking about television shows. Also, I could go days and days talking about it. So this episode went longer than any one of my other episodes, but I really enjoyed doing it. Remember to never forget there is so much good music out there. The key is to know which song matches the moment. So if I handed you the aux cord, would you know what to do with it? Till next time, thanks for joining me for this episode. Stay safe out there, you guys, and happy holidays.
This is the CWF Network, where we bring you big content in small pieces. Follow us on Instagram at CWFP_. Okay, bye.